So you've all decided on Pokemon. Have I told you about my favorite Pokemon? I think Alkesh was a little bashed, but that's just me. Who would have guessed that the class of Twitch chat would have chosen Pokemon as their next subject? It's like teaching a class of children sometimes. Here's a little fact for you all. Did you know that the concept of Pokemon was inspired by Satoshi Tajiri's childhood interest in collecting creatures? And that he initially envisioned the Pokemon games as being on the Game Boy, with the idea of link cables allowing players to trade their collections. The idea of trading collections was core to Tajiri's vision of Pokemon because he wanted to capture the essence of physically trading things with friends as a child. I think that really speaks to the heart and success of Pokemon. It's just a deeply nostalgic experience to a lot of people. Some of my fondest childhood memories are trading collections with friends, not just toys or games, but things like shells, pretty rocks, etc. One thing people don't appreciate is how much those interactions shape us, too. Trading culture is beautiful because it creates bonds, connections, and allows us to see something outside our own worldviews. What was the point of trading in Pokemon? Why not just have a game where you could collect and catch all Pokemon solely on your own? The key reason behind trading was to encourage players to connect with other people and foster more friendships. You can't catch them all unless you foster a community. If you want to get deep for a second, trading is an essential part of life. Not just with respect to commodities or capitalism, but to culture, ideas, experiences, etc. All of human society is a complex web of continual exchange. Does anyone have any stories about trading things as a kid? Maybe toys, cards, etc. I used to trade nails that I found on the ground. Maybe that's a little weird in retrospect. Wow, this one should be obvious for the fans among you. I wonder how many people will remember Clefairy being the original mascot of Pokemon. Let's do a poll question. Who is the creator of Pokemon? A. Satoshi Tajiri. B. Shigeru Miyamoto. C. Ken Sugimori. D. Junichi Masuda. This should be an easy 151 for those of you who actually care about Pokemon. Now to test the real fans. Who was the final 151st Pokemon added? With a question like that, you can bet that the answer is always going to be Mew. Impressive, seems you guys actually know your stuff. Did you know that Mew was only added towards the very end of the development of the first Pokemon game as a fun Easter egg for the developers? I think that's really cute. If you get this question wrong, I'm going to be very disappointed in you all. Let me ask you a slightly harder question. What is the very first Pokemon in the Pokédex? I'm shocked that 9 people got that question wrong, so here's your punishment. Correct, Pikachu is the mascot of the franchise. You're not a real fan of Pokemon if you got that wrong. Bulbasaur is absolutely iconic for being the first Pokemon in the Dex. Whoever was the one person that got that question wrong, I hope you don't take the test. I'll be very interested to see if any serious Pokemon fans know the real answer to this one. Only 130 people got right on correct. I'm surprised, this is actually a pretty popular trivia fact. This one's too easy, let's see if you guys get it without me having to say any more. 8 different evolutions. What do you guys think will be the next type to be added? I think a dragon type evolution would be really cool. Let's see if you guys can get this right. Think about the heaviest of them all. It's sometimes the smallest Pokemon with the biggest surprises. Bonus. What is the lightest Pokemon? Let me ask the question a bit differently. What is the lightest Pokemon, Ghastly, Haunter, or our previous answer Cosmoem? So many of you, still failing in numbers. It's sad. Ghastly is lighter than air, so it's the lightest Pokemon. Which kind of makes sense since it's literally a ball of gas. Water type is so common in Gen 1, but it balances out with how many cool Pokemon are in there. People love to hate on water types, but I think they have some of the cutest Pokemon of any type. Just look at Vaporeon, Dugong, or Eiscue. Most of you should have no excuse to get this wrong, if you've played any of the original Gen 1 games. Come on guys, that's a fake trivia fact I just lied about. While Gen 1 did have gender differences, they were only introduced in Gen 2. H. This one is a little bit related to some of the previous questions. Have you all forgotten about Mew? People are getting the questions correct now. It's more fun when you all fail. This is more of a test of your general knowledge than your knowledge of Pokemon. It's decent trivia to know when Pokemon was first released. And that was the last question. Congratulations to everyone who got 1996, which is almost 3 whole decades ago now. Can you believe that? Congrats to Kilo_the_green_minstrel for finally overtaking Vedal. Always knew you had it in you.